5 most influential figures in history. 5. Mahatma Gandhi, also known as the father of the nation of India, was an exceptional figure in history. His life and work have fascinated and inspired people around the world. He was born on October 2, 1869, in Porbandar, India. Initially, he was a lawyer, but it was his time in South Africa that transformed him. There, he began to fight against racism and injustice, developing the concept of satyagraha, the force of truth and nonviolence. Gandhi led many significant resistance movements, including the famous Salt March in 1930, which contributed to India's independence from British rule. His lifestyle was an example of simplicity and poverty. He dressed modestly, lived in a small house, and consistently refused luxuries. His undeniable legacy is the idea of nonviolence, which influenced many other leaders and social movements worldwide. Unfortunately, his life ended tragically in 1948 when he was assassinated by a Hindu nationalist. However, his idea and spirit continue to live on in the hearts of people, reminding us of the power of peace, perseverance, and love for humanity. 4. Leonardo da Vinci is a Renaissance genius known for his versatile talent and extraordinary contributions to fields such as painting, engineering, anatomy, music, and many more. He was born in 1452 in Vinci, Italy, and is considered one of the most important figures in the history of culture and science. His artistic work includes masterpieces such as the Mona Lisa and the Last Supper, which continue to captivate and inspire people worldwide. He was also an excellent anatomist, conducting groundbreaking research on the human body that was ahead of his time. Leonardo was also an engineer and inventor, designing flying machines, bridges, and hydraulic systems. His notes and sketches contain numerous concepts that were decades, or even centuries, ahead of their time. His versatility and curiosity knew no bounds. As a musician, he composed his own music, and as a writer, he kept notes that were a mixture of observations, designs, and personal reflections. Leonardo da Vinci is a figure who combines great creative talent with an exceptional research mind, making him a continuing source of inspiration and fascination for people around the world. 3. Marie Curie was an outstanding scientific figure who had a profound impact on the fields of physics and chemistry. She was born in 1867 in Warsaw and was one of the first women to receive a Nobel Prize. Marie was a pioneer in the field of radioactivity and conducted research on radioactivity throughout her life. Together with her husband, Pierre Curie, she discovered 2 new chemical elements, polonium and radium. For these studies, she was awarded the Nobel Prize in Physics in 1903, becoming the first woman to receive the Nobel Prize. Later, in 1911, she received her second Nobel Prize, this time in the field of chemistry, for her research on polonium and radium. Marie Curie had extraordinary research abilities and was exceptionally determined in her scientific pursuits. Equally important is the fact that she overcame many obstacles due to her gender. Nonetheless, she persisted in her research, becoming one of the most significant scientists of her time. However, her life was also marked by tragic events, such as her husband's death in a car accident and her own death due to an illness caused by radiation. Nevertheless, her enduring legacy in science is profound, and her contributions to the study of radioactivity and radiation continue to inspire generations of scientists. 2. Martin Luther King Jr. is an iconic figure in American history and the civil rights movement. He was born on January 15, 1929, in Atlanta, Georgia. He was a Baptist minister, preacher, and social activist who made significant contributions to the fight for equality and the elimination of racism in the United States. His work in the civil rights movement focused on peaceful protests, marches, and speeches that promoted equal rights for African Americans. His famous "I Have a Dream" speech delivered in 1963 during the March on Washington became a symbol of the struggle for equal rights and the end of racial segregation. King believed in nonviolent civil disobedience and drew inspiration from the teachings of Mahatma Gandhi. King was also a co-founder and leader of the Southern Christian Leadership Conference, SCLC, which conducted activities for racial equality. His efforts were instrumental in the passage of the Civil Rights Act of 1964 and the Voting Rights Act of 1965, which ended racial discrimination and granted all citizens the right to vote. However, his activism was fraught with many difficulties and threats. King often faced violence and hatred, and his life tragically ended when he was assassinated in 1968. Despite his death, the legacy of Martin Luther King Jr. remains alive. His fight for equality and justice continues to inspire people worldwide, reminding us of the power of peaceful social change and the need to continue the pursuit of equality and justice. 1. Albert Einstein is one of the most outstanding figures in the history of science. He was born on March 14, 1879, in Ulm, Germany, and revolutionized the field of physics. His theories of relativity, both special and general, transformed our understanding of time, space, and gravity. Einstein was also a Nobel laureate in physics in 1921 for his explanation of the photoelectric effect, which helped substantiate the quantum theory. His equation E equals mc squared, describing the relationship between mass and energy, is one of the most famous formulas in physics. Additionally, Einstein was a refugee from the Nazis and settled in the United States, where he became a professor at Princeton University. During World War II, he participated in the Manhattan Project, which led to the creation of the atomic bomb, although he himself opposed its use in a wartime context. His personality was characterized not only by profound intellect but also by social engagement. He was an active advocate for peace, civil rights, and equality. His famous warning about the consequences of nuclear weapons became a significant message during the Cold War era. Albert Einstein passed away on April 18, 1955, in Princeton, but his influence on science, culture, and philosophy continues. His life and work symbolize creativity and courage in the pursuit of understanding the fundamental laws of nature. By subscribing to the channel, you will stay up to date with new content, and you help us grow. If you enjoyed the video, leave a thumbs up, write a comment, and we'll hear from you next time. Goodbye.